No worries. We'll get that sorted out. Cheers, guys. Welcome in for the first episode of Inebriated Thoughts. So, yeah, basically the concept of this, we're all going to hang out. I've got some beer topics, and we'll run over some things, get some people's thoughts on it, how we can maybe make things better, or just general thoughts about craft beer. Something a little different, get away from the beer reviews, but we will go around and let everybody showcase what they're drinking. Give me 1 second, navigating this. Go ahead and bring in Rigopolis. What you drinking on, man? Glad to have you in.
Well, this is a new one, which, I mean, you guys, I'm not impressed by it, to be honest with you. I'm a little upset, but this is Other Half Monkish Trillium. This is Tachos. It's an Imperial Ipa, India Pale Ale, 7%. This is the new one from their Philadelphia location. So I don't know if they have to work out the kinks, but I thought it should have been a little better than what I'm tasting, but it's all right.
All right, man. Well, hey, it happens. They can't all be winners. I'm surprised. That sounds like a hitter of a lineup, too.
Yeah. I heard that also happened when they first opened up FLX. They had to get their shit together. Then it also happened when they opened up the DC location, where at first it's just, I guess you got to work out the kinks and figure out
your water profile, everything like that. Yeah.
Well, shit. Cheers, man. Cool.
Cheers, dude.
Beer man sitting on this evening.
Same old thing I always do. It's a 7.2 Westie from Fort George, Suicide Squeeze.
Nice.
About a 12 pack of those, and some for today, some for tomorrow. Cheers, man. Thanks, Miss Lynn.
Cheers, man. Thanks for stopping in for the show.
All right, I got the Orkney Breweries Skull Splitter Scotch Ale, 8.5%. And this is on Beer Man's Beer and Cheese the other day. Just got it poured up in a glass. I was just using IPA glass.
That's a good beer. I like
I
that.
like it. It's pretty good. Definitely not. It's not overly sweet, like some Scotch ales are.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's one I would buy again off the import aisle.
Yeah, it's good.
Bumpy. Bum.
A clear
beer.
It's not a New England IPA. This is Live Free Lager from Concord Craft Brewing. It's a light lager at 5.3% ABV. Little thing on the back. I'm just going to read the very top thing there because it says craft taste meets light lager. What a revolutionary idea.
Nice.
There you go, Moby.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm drinking on Energy City. They're out of Wanakee, Wisconsin. It's a newer product, at least in my area. I've seen a lot of hype behind them. They make some pretty good ones. It's the mango passion fruit Berliner Weiss style ale. Comes in at 6.5. It's pretty good.
Is that is this thick and creamy like a puree or?
This I like this one because it's not all lactose heavy.
All right.
It's a little bit different, but very juicy, fruit forward. 6.5 is a pretty good ABV on it too. So
yeah.
Anyways, we'll get back into this format here. So yeah, got a couple thoughts on this evening. We'll start with the first question. All right. So this is one of the things that I've really thought about, and we've hit on and hashed on a bunch of shows, off airs. Yeah, I know. John's stuck in traffic. What else is new? Be careful showing everybody's tag numbers, Bumpy. Anyways, why do breweries stop making some of their best beers that they put out? Is a concept that I don't understand. They'll grow up, they start going, they make these beers, and they've really put their heart and soul into it, and they're making really, really good craft beers, even if they're lagers, light lagers, things like this, and they're doing it really well, and they're standing out in the market and making great products. Why do they ditch them?
Yeah.
I just feel like I don't understand why it's like a lost project to them. It's something they'll never bring back or revamp. Just thoughts and opinions.
Now, what are we going by their best beers? Is it based off of what a
there's
craft beer
some.
drinker might think's the best, or what their person that does all their money says is the best?
Well, I don't know. We've had beers from breweries that they don't make. The product's not out on the market anymore.
Yeah.
You've told me a bunch. I can't think of them right off the top of my head, but there are breweries that make really good beers. I know a couple down south and in Florida that I've had, and they just stopped making them altogether, and I just don't understand why. They were great products.
Now, Andrew, are you talking about like flagships, like
yeah,
across, or like your own personal favorites that they just discontinued?
Like flagship, some of their flagship beers. Why do these companies ditch their really high? Like they sell really well, and they were doing really well, and they pull them off of the market, and they just don't brew them anymore.
Yeah,
or they're not readily available. I don't understand it. A prime example. Let me see. Founders. Why don't they brew their Imperial Stout anymore? Basic example. It's just their regular stout. Why don't they brew it anymore?
They may have. I'm thinking this.
To use that as an example.
Well, something like that. I'm thinking maybe they saw a dip in sales, and maybe they pull it. Maybe this is like kind of a thing that they do too. Because what happens when they bring it back? They're like, oh, back for a limited time. It gains popularity. All of a sudden, people are like, oh, it's only going to be here for a short amount of time. Let me go and buy it. So it's like a money grab. That's what I think, possibly.
Yeah.
It could also be like
legal issues as well.
The cost of making it compared to like their profits. If it costs them too much to make it and they're not making enough profit off it,
Money's a big thing, yeah.
For sure.
Branding, legal issues, like maybe it was someone's recipe that no longer works there or works for the company, or is a part of the department.
Yeah,
that's true too.
Much I would feel like going. Just like expound on it. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings on it? Feel free to jump.
There you
go. This is kind of where I wanted to be at. It's everybody's from different parts of the country. We're all talking about craft beer, and these are just topics in general.
We should give an example because all right, I'll go. Dogfish Head, being living in Delaware, I used to love Dogfish Head, and they are infamous for just discontinuing a pretty decent beer, in my opinion. Like one of my favorites was Lupaloo. It was like a coconut IPA. I don't really remember. It was a while ago, and like I loaded up on it. It was like one of my favorite, and what do you know? Shit is discontinued. I'm like, I mean, come on. You can't tell me it was a bad beer. It had to do decent. I don't know why. It's still to this day boggles my mind.
I feel like most breweries, they have like a certain style that they're best at, and then they have like a certain fan base for their brewery specifically. So it could be like, it could be a flagship in other places, but then like them personally, around them, people are like, oh, we want more of this, and you can't brew 1,000 beers. You can't have 1,000 beers available all at once. So maybe they're just kind of looking at what consumers around them and where they're making their most money or what they want in the company. That's like proclamation. They have like a rotation of beers, and they always keep bringing stuff back, but they're not going to have every beer that they make at the same time.
That's totally understandable with that. Yeah.
No, I get that, but this is before they were big time. This is way before like the Sam Adams merger. Like they were really just, I mean, maybe Maryland, Delaware, and like a couple of New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. This region here, and they never brought it back. I'm talking like years have passed, like maybe 5 years, 4 years.
Yeah,
it don't make sense to me.
Yeah, one of my favorite beers from them was Noble Rot. That was another one that went missing.
Dude, they are infamous for that. Infamous. Like I understand, like other half they brew stuff. They move on, but then they'll rebrew it like 3-4 years down the road. Dogfish Head just throws them completely out. I don't get it.
Yeah.
He's got such a vast recipe base. He's like, screw it, let's put something else in.
We have a brewery here in New Hampshire. I brought this up before. Smutty Nose, and they changed ownership. And they used to they had like their standard grocery store beers. Those are probably their top sellers because, I mean, those are just the people, you throw them next to the Budweisers, the Sierra Nevadas and all that stuff. And, they'll sell because they're cheaper. You buy them in the mixed 12 packs. But they also had some fantastic, like, standout craft beers. And it was like, wow, they were like true craft. And then, you just started seeing all their products, just the big stuff, the more expensive crafty stuff just disappearing. And then now they just focus on just the stuff that was bringing them the money for the most part, which was just their 12-pack mixers, their standard Pilsner and IPA and brown ale, and that's it.
Yeah, we're also living in weird times right now where everybody's kind of cutting corners in some aspect somewhere.
Well, yeah, I would say I've known companies before all that. I don't want to go into that because I don't want to have a little banner under my.
That's why I said, weird times.
I think the creativity level too.
There was all kinds of things before that too. Australia was on fire. The whole continent was on fire at one time. There was like mosaic hop shortages. There was like all kinds of things that were going on in the hop farms, man, where they were struggling and stuff. Things got tough.
Yeah.
Now.
I do think,
wasn't there I know a little while back there was a huge aluminum can shortage. Is that still going on?
Yeah, that was actually for when I started working I worked for Coke. When I first started working for Coca-Cola, we only had 5 flavors. We only had the core flavors because it was a can shortage, and they only stuck to the core flavors because we didn't have enough cans to make all the other products that they made. So yeah, there was a big can shortage for a while.
That might be part of it, like you said. Like they might have these sit down in these companies. Okay, we're gonna stick with only 6 or 7 on a rotation for now because we can't can 15 beers.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Yeah, so maybe they have more on tap or something if you go to the brewery.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, here's a prime example of a beer that I'm like really specifically thought about this because I've heard a lot of people talk about it. Is Voodoo Ranger, the original Ranger, is one that I hear brought up in this topic a lot. Why did they just get rid of the base recipe? Everybody loved it, and that's that was the feel of like questions like this. It's like if there's a high demand for it and people want this and they're telling you that they want this, why don't you give it to them?
Well, you make me think of another thing now. I don't know if it was anything was discontinued.
Why would you just get? We've gone too far into experimental to go back to the basic.
Yeah.
And like a classic IPA in general, like the American IPA, the one that everyone knows, neither west nor east.
Like your torpedo to change their recipe every year.
That's everyone wants that again. Everyone wants to see those originals come back. They don't want to see those go apart. I'm not terribly into them as much as I used to be because there wasn't so much creativity back then when I first started drinking. Now it's like, oh, dude, I like, and it's crazy. But
do you guys have
so much good stuff out there?
You guys have beers that you just don't like? You used to get distro and they just like disappeared.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I used to get stuff from here in New Hampshire.
I used to
getting Victory.
To love the 21st Amendment variety pack or the Blood Orange. We used to get that just overnight. I know, but overnight went away. They might be back now, but I'm talking about like a couple of years ago. Like just vanished. Like I don't understand how that happens.
Yeah, that was good too.
We're trying to do like sometimes they do like a test run. How well do we sell in an area? Oh, we didn't sell enough. Pull it.
Right.
That blood orange one's fire. I love that beer.
Yeah, you got to give it more than 3 weeks though. Come on.
3 weeks? No, I'm not talking. It just disappeared for like 2 years.
Yeah. No, I've seen some of them though, where it's like we start getting some beers in from a brewery. It's like, oh yay, but then they only send us one. Like Stillwater, I think it is. They're the one they do the 420 stuff. All they send is the 420 pale ale, and it's like nobody's buying that because we've already had it. So send a variety. But yeah, that's it. They've just sent the 420.
I will say
nothing else.
For a specific beer, me personally, I would say would be it's not discontinued. I'd see Beerman had it before, but the Bat Squatch, the Rogue Bat Squatch, that was like one of the first hazies that I really liked. And now they just don't send it over here anymore. I get other Rogues, but I just don't get the Bat Squatch anymore.
They went to boxes, and it's like they always put in, even here close to me, it's always really old. They only had like from like August of last year is all I could find for like 5 months until I finally found one like last month. And that was like 3 years, 3 months old. It feels like 3 years kind of, but 3 months old. Yeah. And it started bending, even. So you got to get those fresh, and they never do. And it's such a good beer. I mean, there's other beers that are better, but it was like it just seemed like it was the right thing at the right time.
Yeah.
Bat Squatch came out at the right time. And then all of a sudden, all these other types of IPAs started booming, and creativity started soaring, and everything and it's still a good beer, it really is.
If I saw it, I'd buy it.
Yeah.
Hey, Beerman, how far are you from Rogue?
Well, that's down south. That's about 4 hours south of me. But the Rogue Brew Pub, we have a tap house here that's just over the bridge, 10, 15 minutes away. Yeah. So.
All right. Well, so let's move on. I got another topic here. Let's go ahead and check this one out. What styles do you wish were produced more that you don't see as often, that you wish were on the shelves, or more people were brewing those styles of beer? There's a lot of classics out there that they don't brew a lot of anymore, and there are some exotic beers that they do brew, but just what do you think? What style do you think was out there more?
Hands down, I say wheat wine.
Damn, you might.
I thought you were gonna say barley wine.
I'll be coming clutch, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good style. What do you think, Ridge? Is there anything that you...
I mean, from what I buy, like they'll label it West Coast, but a lot of them nowadays are like a hybrid, like a new style West Coast, like an old school West Coast. I mean, it's kind of hard to find by me. I mean, not hard to find, but I feel like they're mislabeled a lot. Like the West Coast, you buy it and it's kind of still new school West Coast. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
You want the Racer 5, what's the other one there? The Pliny the Elder.
I actually never had Pliny the Elder. That's on my list.
Yeah.
Man, we'll have to talk.
I guess.
Yeah, man, that's been on my list for a minute, man. For a minute.
All right, cool.
I was looking for some the other day, and I literally can only find like 2 of them. Would be me personally would be porter. And it's like when I first started drinking beer, I was like, I love porters. I was a big fan of porters and stouts. Showing you guys one of my first ever videos the other day. I'm like, oh, I'm a big fan of porters, and now it's like now I go and look, and it's like I don't really see any porters that much anymore.
You're right about that.
But if I go to
you don't find them in cans. You find them on tap a lot in like tap houses. They'll have a porter, but they don't. These companies don't can them a lot.
No, yeah.
Mattering if they're selling.
What
style is selling?
Something I've noticed too. And it got brought up because I was looking when we were looking for the white, like I was looking for like a white IPA for one of Beerman's beer and cheese things, and I brought one that was called a wheat IPA, and I was like, wheat IPA? That's just a white IPA, and beer store owners, like, yeah, they're kind of changing the names of a lot of styles because it's confusing the consumers now. We have all these new consumers that were never into beer, kind of getting into this craft beer, and they're like, what's that? So
For the whole stuff, man. You can't do that. If you don't know what you're in there shopping for, ask somebody or go do some research. It's not hard.
I got a question. I don't think I really understood. What is the difference between a really low ABV stout and a porter? Like Guinness is listed as a stout. To me, I would think that's more than a porter.
That's a forbidden topic. We can't talk about the difference.
We could talk about that till the cows come home, and we'd still be wrong. Everybody would be wrong.
Is it just like a gray?
One of those ones where it's like the chicken or the egg. You know, it's just like
dry.
That's really.
I think I asked the same exact question the other day, Ridge, and they told me the same.
You'll get 9 different answers.
There's no difference in the brewing process that separates the styles, is what you're saying.
Not much, because the brewers can throw whatever they want into it. It's up to the brewer's interpretation of what style they're brewing. That's basically
that always puzzled me, dude. Always puzzled me.
Your lower ABV dry Irish stouts and things like that are traditional UK beers. Guinness.
There's something like roasted barley can't be used.
Murphy's is a good one. Dry Irish stout. If you like to shop the UK aisle, I've got that coming up too. That's in my questions. Some international things. Beer Man, what do you think, man? You wish you could see more nowadays on shelves that you don't see. I mean, we got a lot informed with Multi Monday and stuff, but there are definitely things I used to see a lot of, and I don't see anymore on shelves. Not as prevalent out there as it used to be. It's starting to.
Right. I would have to say like Belgian IPAs. I don't see a whole lot of, and I have to go to Portland to get those, and then over here. And then I like milkshake IPAs. I don't get a lot of those. And I really like those a lot. I mean, newer style, but it's good.
I think me and you were talking about that the other day, Beer Man, the milkshake IPA.
Yeah, some of them that I've had are delicious.
Yeah.
They can be boozy, but sometimes, but damn good beer style.
I'll be right back, bro.
Tanner, you said you don't get milkshakes by you? You got to get milkshakes by you.
I've seen a couple. We actually have one that's from Gray Sail Brewing. They're out of West Lily, Rhode Island. They do it's called Eggnog. It's an Eggnog Milkshake IPA. It's actually really good.
Damn.
It's affordable too. It's like $10 for a 4-pack, 16-ounce.
I would have thought where you're at, you're littered with them. Like we get tons of milkshake IPAs over here.
They were around for like a couple of years, and now they're just dying off, and I haven't really seen many of them.
Oh, don't tell me that, because that's one of my favorite styles. You're gonna really.
You want to hear a funny real life thing? Very first episode of Beer and Cheese was Milkshake IPA.
Yeah, was it? I don't even know. That's funny.
That must have been a hard one.
I pulled it up. Yeah, there was one product I could get. It was fun. I'm gonna have a porter, Imperial. There you go.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anyways,
empty. I'll be right back. I got to get something else.
Go for it. Yeah.
Now, I will say, like, over here in Rhode Island, I think it's...
As well, too.
Over here in Rhode Island, the porter game is not as big as it used to be. But, like, if I go to Massachusetts, if I go to, like, Yankee Spirits, they have a good variety of them. But I'm talking about, like, my state personally, Rhode Island. You just go and they just... A lot of these liquor stores, they're only bringing in what they know sells, and for some reason, there's not that many people drinking porters nowadays, I guess. Over here, at least. But the Founders Porter, I can always get everywhere. That's still pretty good.
Yeah, we have plenty of porters here in New Hampshire.
There's one here that I get. It's a coffee coconut porter, dude, and it's a local. Somebody brews it local. It's always at Total Wine. Like I can find it at some of the convenience stores, but
I went to Total Wine with my girlfriend when we went to Florida, and she's like, all right, can we go? I think I was there for like 30 to 45 minutes.
You remember all those times we were at the mall?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Now.
Oh, I know. Remember all those times sitting there watching you pick out different dresses and looking at different shirts?
Oh, great
And watch me look at beer and whiskey.
Nice. Yeah. One of those my how the tables have turned. But I don't know. I think that should be fair. It's here nor there. Those are my thoughts, not everybody's. I'm gonna wait till Rich gets back. I do have some closing thoughts on this.
I'm here, my guys. Yeah.
Honestly, there's a few of them that I wish were brewed more. Black IPAs,
Yeah.
Schwartz beers, Keller beers. There's a lot of just regular styles. One that really intrigued me, I only get to try once from a brewery that actually got bought out by their macro craft, was Terrapin. And I got to try their Senior Crunkle, which was a Southwest IPA. And me and Beerman looked into that one day, and that falls into the category of Eclectic IPA under the BJCP, which is a style in IPA that has no home that they can actually put a label to yet. So was an interesting one. They use a lot of prickly pear. It's just a different kind of vibe with it. Lighter, crisper. I've got some really good similar style beers from that. One of the main ones I could say I felt that was that way. Founders, they made their Moss Agave prickly pear. It was a tequila barrel aged goza, and I felt that had like Southwest style beer in general written all over it. I know they're doing some things down there. Beerman went there. He said he had some good beers in that territory, Arizona way.
Great breweries down there, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Different stuff, Wheat wines. I can't believe Bumpy came in clutch. It's like, yeah, I can't lie with that.
Hey, any of you guys get Iron Hill beers by you?
Iron Hills? I haven't seen.
No.
Dude, this one's incredible.
Orange cream.
Orange cream. So this one is freaking fantastic.
IPA.
Yeah, milk. That's why I grabbed it for you. Milkshake.
Oh, it's a milkshake.
Yeah. Dude, they just this is one they rebrew it every so often, and when it does, people just flock there to get it. And this is my last can.
That's definitely a style too. The milkshake IPAs have totally fallen off, at least in my area.
You know who does it a lot?
Like Southern Tier. There's only two people that we get distro on. It's like Southern Tier and this other one. It's like
Hop makes a lot of milkshake IPAs.
Oh wow, nice.
Who else?
Actually, you know what was a really good one that I did enjoy was the Harpoon, the strawberry milkshake one. You guys ever get that?
I never had.
That sounds good, dude.
I think I was the only one buying them.
Every
time I would go there, it would always be the same amount. Like, all right, I guess I'll just buy them.
Yeah, the last beer that I've had from Harpoon, Harpoon does make some good beers, but the last one I had from them that I really, really liked was a Doppelbock that they barrel aged in some type of whiskey barrel. I don't know which. I think it was a Willamette. It wasn't. It was what's the Whistle Pig? The Whistle Pig.
Who just did that? A Whistle Pig beer. Did you, Bumpy?
Whistle Pig beer?
No.
Or what am I talking about? Who did something?
Oh no!
I heard that beer from Imprint that's in Elijah Craig barrels. And
No, I think you're thinking of Bumpy with the Willet bourbon.
Maybe.
The Willet.
Yeah, but Miscellaneous just picked up Whistle Pig Rye.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Bumpy had a Willet Rye. Willet bourbon.
Yeah, help this old man out. I'm not forgetting stuff here.
So I know I've got another quick topic. I know not everybody's going to have a lot to say in this department, but international distro is a thing that I've thought of because I do hang out with some of the UK beer tubers, right? And they're getting, believe it or not, they get They get the Heady Toppers, the Focal Bangers. They get Bourbon County. They're getting Drecker beers over there. They're getting all
Equilibrium, Papa
kinds of
Jersey.
stuff over here. International Distro also bringing up our friend Sam Smalley from Australia. Short and stout beer reviews on Instagram. Go check him out. Great dude from down under.
Yeah, he's cool as hell.
It's insane what the world gets that we have on the U.S. in the distro, right? I know people that are on a different continent. They live on the other side of the world, and I live 3 hours away from this brewery, and they're buying it, and I don't get distro.
No.
But they're getting it. That's fine with me. My thoughts on the international distro is why are we not getting more from the UK? Is my thought on it, because I know they have companies over there that make great IPAs. Day is one of them. There's a lot of companies over there. Neon Raptor's one of them. I've had collabs from them. Siren. There's a lot of UK breweries over there, and I feel like everybody has their import aisle, but why aren't we getting more? Why aren't we getting New England IPAs from the UK? Why aren't I mean, obviously, they can make it happen. They can put a plane overnight and it can be here. It's not that hard.
When I found out that they were getting Equilibrium and other half over there, I was like, what?
It's insane. I know guys over there drink Treehouse and stuff.
Dude, it's the classic U.S. way. Send out our best, get back nothing in return.
I don't even get Trio.
I don't get Equilibrium.
That's not the way I would want it to go.
Or Treehouse.
Their craft beer game is different over there. It's not as. There's a lot of people got their hands in the game over there making the cask beer and stuff. It's different. Their brewing and the way their pubs and stuff are set up are slightly different from ours. Because like I said, you can't go anywhere here and get cask beer. Nobody sells cask beer over here. Not that I've seen. It's like pumped off the wood barrel.
I don't know why we wouldn't ever get anything from over there. That is a good question because they get all of our stuff like we're talking about, but I don't ever. They have to actually have a brewery here and share their recipes.
I'm not putting it on them, and it's not like a drawing a line and the same thing, but just a thought. Why is that?
Could be like the whole, if you want to bring your beers over here, you got to pay us. I'm sure it's a large number. It should be a beer over here,
Different laws, from there to here or here to there.
Yeah, I don't know about the international.
Over there, they're still allowed to have caffeine in their alcohol beverages and everything.
Yeah, that's
the laws are a lot more relaxed on certain things over there.
I know that in New Hampshire, like the distribution laws, like to bring alcohol in from outside states, there's a heavier fee than most states charge. That's why it's more difficult, I think, for us to get a lot of outside stuff that you see showing up in Maine, Massachusetts,
right
around us.
That's loud.
That makes sense, actually.
Yeah, I'm sure it all has to go back to how much it costs to bring your stuff over there, and then everyone has different laws and stuff.
I think it might be due to because we allow a lot of our big places allow them to contract brew our stuff over there, and it's not the same ABV. So it's just, I think it does have a lot to do with that. You see most of the UK or the name brand ones. You got your Heinekens, your Becks, you got your Carlsberg, you got all your regular players and stuff. They're going to be there regardless because they're grocery store beers. But I don't know. I wish I could get money when IPAs from the UK or something like that. I heard Bea was a great company. There's a bunch of them. I watched Craig, Harry, and Jake, and all those guys. Man, Mercy Beers, Adam, and they drink some fire ass fucking looking beers, dude. Crazy New England IPAs, and you can't buy that on the shelf in the U.S. Not where I'm from, at least. I've never gone in the import aisle and bought a New England IPA from the UK.
Is
Yeah,
Brewdog
we get a lot of like
Australian?
Never.
Somebody's down there.
Oh, Polliner. I like Polliner, man. That's good
Gosh.
stuff.
Is
Welcome
Brewdog
in, Josh.
Australian? Cheers, Josh. Good to see you, man.
That guy might have been having a nap.
No, I was
Josh,
playing.
you do know that we're live, right?
Yeah, I was playing. I got caught up in playing Grand Theft Auto.
Were you role-playing?
My bad.
Were you role-playing, Josh?
No, you can only do that on a
You see people do
on like
that
a
on-
desktop.
Yeah.
I wish.
Now, is Brewdog, is that Australian miscellaneous?
Brewdog's out of the
Scottish.
UK.
Or UK.
Now.
Somewhere they're out of the over the pond.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nah,
They have a
Brewdog,
brewery in the US.
Brewdog, Ohio too.
Yeah, Ohio.
'Cause they opened a facility over here.
Yeah, there was a Scottish brewery to start off with.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought they were from. I don't
You
know.
can even go aside from the international, even though it's the question you're asking. I'm just trying to branch into this whole thing with Alaska. Even you get beer up there coming down here. It's so hard to get from down there. I think
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of it just has to do with like money and like
Yeah.
you know, like the distribution rules, stuff like that. How expensive is it? You know, like Beck's is huge. That's a big company, corporation. They can handle that kind of pressure,
It's
that money.
super premium domestic
Yeah.
import is what
Exactly. Craft
Basically,
beers-
they work for the mafia.
Yeah.
it is. Their beers are
Pretty much.
expensive, but I've heard nothing but great things.
But then
Like Anchor in Alaska.
on the flip side of that, how the hell does other half in Equilibrium send their beers overseas? I don't get. How does that work?
They probably have the cash too. They've expanded even over here.
Money.
They're not big like that where they're shipping
If
over.
you're not big enough to take care of your own country, why are you stepping out of your lane?
Yeah, like people in Ohio don't even get Equilibrium around half, but they're sending it to England. It don't make sense.
Right.
Yeah, but they're in that
Yeah, we don't get
None
it
of
here
it
in New
does.
Hampshire.
other half.
If Modest Man was a grocery store beer and they kept the quality of their beer, I would fucking buy that shit off the shelf.
These guys
Any
that
day
are-
I went to the grocery store.
Yeah.
These guys
But
that are in
people
that.
just don't run their companies like that. I don't think.
These guys that are in that $20 4-pack game right now, they're probably killing it. $20 4-pack, $25 4-pack. Look at $4.50 North, $30, $35 4-packs. They're killing it right now. You
Can you
know?
imagine how much it costs to make that beer?
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
No, this
dude.
is true.
Purees and
They're in-
whatever else. You got lactose and milk sugar and all.
Yeah, but they're still probably making a 200% profit.
Yeah, I mean,
No doubt at all. No doubt at all.
Is it worth it?
That's what I want to know. The people in England, when they get other half, are they paying $35 for a 4-pack? Does anybody know?
I'm pretty sure they're
Well,
not.
they'd probably be paying in pounds.
You know it.
That was not where I was going.
You know what I mean? Are they paying like an extreme? Like maybe the companies in Europe don't think Americans will pay the upcharge, but the people in England hear the hype on Untapped and Beer Advocate, and they'll pay the upcharge. Maybe that's it.
That's the thing that I got going on in my next question, which is good. That thought leads into that.
Did I just segue you? Did I just segue
No,
you?
you
We're
didn't
connected.
segue. I mean, no, the conversation is great right now. But that does, I am going to hit on that on my next question that I'm going towards. Because it's a valid point with that. It's different beer, man. Different style. UK, they're pub crawlers. I mean, they do make their big empty stouts. They make great New England IPAs. They make sours. The thing, like when I go to the grocery store, why isn't there an Australia section? You know, can I get some beers from there? What just like how a big store like put things in perspective. My Total Wine used to be the Circuit City, so it's a pretty big warehouse. And when you got an import aisle and it's so skinny, and it's crazy how these other countries are getting stuff from us, and it just I'm not saying it kind of seems a little one way, but I don't know all the math behind it. You know what I mean? I wish I could try beers from Australia, companies that are doing it, and I mean, I would like to try from Africa their Guinness foreign export style. I'd like to try that because there is a U.S. citizen that shit doesn't get distroed here. Can't get it. I'd like to see what the difference is. Water profiles, it's different shit.
Yeah.
So it's good, Josh. You got done wrecking shit over there, killing all the noobs,
Trying to.
making all the squeeze, huh?
Stealing people's cars and shit, robbing banks. The usual.
Now, it's kind of off.
Welcome back to the Matrix.
It's a little off topic, but it's kind of what you said. So, I guess there are bottles of whiskey, like an Evan Williams bottle, that over here you would pay like thousands of dollars, whatever it is. And I guess if you go to like China, they sell it for like 100, but it's like equal to like 100 US. So it's like there are people that actually travel to other countries to buy bottles of whiskey because they get it over there for such cheaper prices. And now I know that's definitely probably not the same as beer, but
Yeah.
it's weird how they do things.
Cheers, Cheryl Crawford.
Well, Josh was looking at buying
everybody
a domestic beer that was $108.
Wow.
Yeah, no shit. That wasn't domestic. That was from Australia or Alaska. That's not domestic. Like I said, what I say, super premium import or domestic import. That's what like Anchorage and Alaskan Brewing Company is. You got to pay for it to go through Canada before it gets here.
Yep. $10 later, man.
So hold on, wait.
You can just add like $25 to any bottle.
Hold on, they made up their own category for
no, I'm just kidding. But that's how their products are priced. It's like a super premium domestic import. I mean, their beers are very high priced. They're technically made in the U.S., but they're further away. They have to travel to get distro. Costs more.
Yeah, I've had 3 from them. They're all pretty good, but not
$108 bottles. It's insane.
Yeah, it is very
Mosey into the next one. This one should be a good one. Everybody, I think, might be able to talk about this. Are smoothie style sours actually a beer or a malt beverage?
I say that every time I review a fruited sour, I say this isn't beer. That's I always say that.
They are because they use malt.
Understand the basic concept that brewed with water, hops, yeast.
You look at the back of a Drecker can.
Barley.
You look at
I know. They give you the rundown. That company does.
They give you the rundown. So I mean, yes.
That specific company does, but not
as long as they're adding hops to it, it makes it a beer.
Yeah, this one has
malt beverages don't have hops.
Blanc hops.
So why? I mean, I've seen a few cans where they'll say like that Drecker, that strawberry smoothie that Alex had. They didn't call that a beer; they called that a malt beverage. So what do you honestly? I mean, because I know there's a lot of different opinions on this throughout the world too, and even in the U.S. Real beer drinkers, the old school hop heads and things, they just think of this as like they turn their nose up at it. They won't even try it. You don't even got 2 seconds to turn around and even hear about it again.
But you got Sutton who
Perfect example. Yeah. There you go.
Anybody's drinking like a New England IPA, that ain't beer. The real beer is hand.
Perfect example, Bumpy. This is what I want to air this one out a bit. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Do you honestly think when they call it a Berliner Weiss, do you really think it's a Berliner Weiss, or like?
They're using the base of a Berliner Weiss. They're just kind of expanding it with puree and some fruits, and
they're adding a ton of
adjuncts and shit.
You're right.
Yeah. Vanilla and lactose and
I can tell you this: it's really hard to make a review video when doing a lot of those, because it's basically you read what the name of the product is, and then you smell it and you drink it, and it's like, yeah, it's exactly what I just read off the can before I even started this.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like no surprise.
But over, like I said, in the UK, they call them fruit ales, and they don't classify them as sours or whatever. I mean, it's a fruit ale. I can agree on that aspect. I mean, Drecker does stand out, and they stand alone because they do put their products on the side of their can. You can't argue with that. But not every company's doing that.
Mm-mm.
You're not getting that. You're not getting that from Energy City. You're not getting that from Humble Forager. You're not getting that from J. Wakefield. You're not getting that from 450 North, Imprint.
Great Notion.
No, Imprint does label them some fruited seltzers. They do say that on some.
They do seltzer, yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, they're adding lactic acid or acidual malts.
Yeah, I'm not even
kind
of
mess with the pH to bring it to an acidic level. So I mean, it is considered a sour. It's just they're adding all this other sweet puree, but they have the base of, like, say, a Gozer or some other type of beer, whatever, the Berliner Weiss or whatever they're doing. And they're just emphasizing it with all these other fruits and all these other things. It's still considered a fruit beer, but it's also a sour, but it's also an ale. You know, it's also a beer, or it could be a lager, I guess. You could do a sour lager, I'm sure. I mean, what the hell else is out there? But
tell anybody
that.
Sour stout.
Chris sour lager.
Can I say my piece on this? I want to say my piece on this because everybody here has been to a brewery where they don't have an open bar, but they'll make beer infused like margaritas or whatever, and those are considered mixed drinks, correct?
Yeah, they're mocktails.
So that's why I consider fruited sours as just alcoholic beverages. They lost the backbone of a beer, in my eye. That's my opinion.
Yeah, they went more on the foo-foo side.
No, they're delicious. They're delicious, but I can't sit there and call that a beer. Just like I'm not going to call somebody who takes a lime beer and mixes tequila with it and calls it a beer margarita. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, that's a beer.
Right.
It's a mixed drink.
Mixed drink, yeah.
It's a malt beverage.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on how you interpret it.
Are you eating Doritos? What are you eating?
Cheese.
Oh, those are what you can't stop eating those.
Dude, I didn't eat dinner. I got home from work and I had to shower. You see the clean shave, man. I just dump on.
I got these nuts.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
What do you guys think? Do you want to chime in on that?
I mean, I think some can be considered malt beverages, to be honest. Like, so for instance, that smoothie that I get, like the hard seltzer smoothie or whatever they call it.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah, they don't really listen. I mean, they just say like gluten-free, real fruit. I mean, I'm sure they put lactose, but they don't say that they put lactose in it. But I mean, I would consider those more of a malt beverage than a beer, to be honest. I mean, well, they're a heavily fruited hard seltzer is what they label it as, but I don't know. I mean, so I think it all depends. I mean, like
it has to have food facts on it for it to be a seltzer. has to have the food facts on it.
Yeah, like
Beer,
they
it
have
doesn't.
they have like the
No,
nutrition facts on it.
I had the one out of
It's supposed to.
but they're a new brewery. It sucked anyways as a seltzer, but
Breaking the law, breaking the law.
I'm trying to think of the name of the brewery. Feathered Friend. They did that seltzer and that had zero information on it besides the ABV.
So
Any of the ones the big ones I've ever got, like I've got some from Untitled Arts, a few companies that actually made some really good, heavily fruited seltzers, but they had the food facts on
Oh,
them.
Humble Forager has the Humble Bumble series, which is Buzz seltzer. I guess it's heavily fruited, but yeah, it's not super thick, but it's good.
So kind of like what you said with the Drecker, it's like, so if they have water, malt, hops, and yeast, it's a beer. And how
Technically, it makes it a beer.
much different is adding corn as an adjunct and adding lactose as an adjunct? Is it really that different? You know what I mean?
I don't.
Well, corn is highly fermentable and lactose.
Yeah, it's a grain. I guess so, yeah. But I'm saying as far as being
I felt like this didn't have this didn't have any lactose in it. It was more like fruit instead of like the heavy, milky, sweet, which is nice.
yeah.
You know? But I do like the milky ones too. I like it. I kind of lie, you know. I like a spread.
I don't know. I just think it's definitely a topic where you could totally have two different opinions. But like I said, in my opinion, if you're adding adjuncts in a beer and you're adding adjuncts in an adjunct lager and you call it a beer, why can't you add adjuncts to other stuff and still call it a beer?
Yeah,
That's why I just go by
everything
basic laws of to be a beer. It has to have water,
Right into the category.
barley,
Name of the
yeast, and hops.
all the ingredients.
Yeah, and then it can be considered a beer. It's not the purity law, you know, of Germany.
Yeah, it's not the rum.
16 or whatever the hell it was, but
Yeah. All right.
Good answer.
I mean, that's it, man. I'm here. We're all drinking. We're having a good time. You know.
I just say if there's like a clear cut definition of what a beer is, I mean that nails it as to what a beer is, having at least those four ingredients.
Yeah.
Totally.
Doesn't an alt beer not have hops in it, or am I wrong on that?
No, all beers have hops.
An alt beer is what is an alt?
It's
alt
like a
beer means old beer. So it was a German style ale before they turned like pretty much everything over to lager.
It's like a hybrid, isn't it? A hybrid.
It's hybrid because it's an ale yeast. That's fermented at a slightly lower temperature.
I don't know. Beer. What am I thinking? Maybe.
But it's still an ale, not a.
Still an ale. Yep.
It's funny too how like they have the German purity law, yet all adjunct lagers were created by German immigrants.
Not under the purity law.
Not under the purity law, but they came over here to America.
Because they wanted to see, hey, how can we make this a cheaper process? Oh, corn's in abundance over here. Let's start.
Oh shit.
That's funny.
That's pretty funny though. I like that.
If you drink like the American lagers, the pre-prohibition ones, they didn't have all that adjunct crap.
They're different.
Yeah, the prohibition brought that whole change along.
Mm-hmm. They're better. I like them better.
You guys got your rights back as homebrewers.
Yep. Thanks.
That's a topic for another day, though. All right. So, yeah, we're getting up on the 10:30 mark. Let's go ahead and I'll just pop this one out. I know pretty much anybody can answer this. They've got something out there. Don't look at some. What's a retired beer you wish was still in production?
Oh, I already know my answer.
I already answered mine. The Dogfish Lupalua.
I'm gonna say those Ben and Jerry's New Belgium beers, the cookie dough ale and the salted caramel brownie, and that they had the ice cream and the beers before any of these fruited sours, milkshake IPAs, and completely died off.
I'm gonna say Pete's Wicked Ale because I never got a chance to try it.
Oh yeah, I think I was talking to you about that the other
Yeah,
day.
the brown ale there.
Yeah, the Pete's Wicked. Yeah, my the owner of the liquor store I used to work at.
I caught that too, bro.
The owner of the liquor store I used to work at, he had a big mirror, and it was Pete's Wicked Ale or whatever. He said it was worth like $300-400. It was a huge mirror. It was that Wicked Ale.
That's a good one.
Man, I'm stumped right now.
I might have to say the Born Yesterday from Lagunitas. That shit was good, dude. They don't make it anymore. They like rebranded it as something else.
Yeah, dude.
Is that messy? Is that messy, Jenny?
Mm-hmm. Watching me eat cheeses.
Or the or that Smutty Nose blueberry, like it was like a short Weiss or something like that. That shit was good. I haven't seen that in forever. The Smutty Nose blueberry one. But maybe they don't make it anymore, or we just don't get it around here anymore. But Smutty Nose used to make some good ones, but I don't see them too often around here, at least. But I don't know.
What, Bumpy, you got the...
What?
Yeah, he said his, I think.
Yeah.
What about the bigger beers from Lagunitas?
But one that I have had that I wish that didn't end was
Never mind.
Dogfish Head, the
Sorry.
Noble Raw.
Inebriated.
I loved that. I loved that saison.
Ooh, the Dogfish Raison de Extra. Do they? I don't think that.
I can get that. 2018.
I've had that.
The last one I had was 2 years ago, and it was like a 2014, I think, or something like that. I got it at some random bottle shop in Maryland. But
I don't think they made that. I don't think they did that in a while.
no, that and the regular. I know they do the fruitful for it, but I like the original for it. I had like a.
I can get them for you. The price ain't gone down. They're still $40 a 4-pack.
For what, the regular for it?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's what I want to.
I'll get you the Raisin the Extra. Buddy's got stacks of them.
What years?
2018.
Oh,
What, the raisin one? Is
Yeah,
2018?
Raisin the Extra from Dogfish Head. Yeah, I can get that.
I can brew
That
must have been the last year they made it. Then
2018 was the last time they did it?
I think so.
I would assume.
Yeah.
Lagunitas Lucky 13 was really good.
Raisin de Extra.
Oh yeah, dude, I remember that beer. Yeah. Yeah.
It was a nice one.
One of my favorite beers that I wish that they would bring back, or I would consider retired, other than CBS. Shut up, Josh.
I didn't say that.
You don't like that. Your low scores. No, I honestly, from Founders, I missed the Frangelic Mountain Brown. Their hazelnut Imperial Barrel Aged Mountain Brown. It's very, very good beer. I tried one bottle of it.
I don't know. Bumpy broke out some old text. I want to say, what is that? I can't read it.
Scripture.
Dogfish Head Craft Brew Raisin de Etre.
Oh shit! Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so I could brew that.
Brew it up.
Shit, you pulled out like an old ancient scroll, man. Where the hell did you get that from? Shit, man, I like that.
I brewed the Midas Touch. I used this.
That's
It came out pretty damn close.
There you go.
hold on. That whole book is just dogfish recipes.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow. Wait, hold on. Is Loopaloo in there? I've been crying about this one since the beginning of the stream.
Ridge will pay for your whole grain bill, dog. You just gotta brew it and send it out.
Dude, when I found out they would discontinue that, I went to I got like the last 4 6-packs. Fine, man. I went everywhere.
Dude, the worst one they put out was that Higher Math. That shit was it was terrible, dude. That cherry one.
Which one?
Higher Math. It was called Higher Math. It was like 15 or 16%. It was like some sort of cherry. It had like cherry in it, but it tasted like Robitussin. It was not good, dude. And I never had it. I bought a 4-pack, and I was like, "This is." I think I dumped all 4 of them. I drank.
Wait, that was stout or an IPA?
No, Higher Math. I forgot what they labeled. It was some like. Let me see.
What was that Luau? What was that based off of?
I don't know. That was the name of it, Lupa Lu. I know it was a coconut. It was an IPA. It was a coconut.
Okay.
Coconut.
I think that they made this book before they made that one. So I have Key Wit.
It's drunken one.
It was a coconut black salt or something like that.
Higher Math was a Belgian strong gold man. I didn't know.
Yeah, Lupa Lua IPA. They still have it on their website.
Yeah. All right. Well, what was it? I know it's coconut, lime.
Oh, that was 17%.
Well, they said that flavor is coconut, tropical fruits, balanced malt.
All right. On the can, they gave more description.
Yeah, that Higher Math was a Belgian. They're considered a Belgian strong gold nail at 17%. It's a gold nail brew with chocolate and sour cherry juice. This is not good, dude.
I never even heard of that one.
Do you like the do you like the Hazy-O? You ever had the Hazy-O?
Hazy-O, I have Hazy-O. You know what's really good?
What about Newcastle, man? Their old one, the English one.
Oh yeah.
Do they still make that, or is it just American now? Because it was bought out by Lagunitas. Well, then Lagunitas got bought out by someone else. Sapporo.
I used to drink a lot of Magic Hat. I used to drink a lot of Magic Hat #9 when I first started drinking beers and stuff. I don't even know if they make that beer anymore. Magic Hat.
Newcastle was the bomb. That was a nice English brown, dude. That was a real nice beer, dude. For a session.
Yeah, but then that shit changed. Then they started making it with like food coloring and shit, right? Like caramel coloring.
Yeah, they got like bought out or whatever.
Probably cancer.
Lagunitas bought them.
Well, guys, figure we could do some promos here. I want to wrap it up. I don't want to step on Alex's toes. I know he's got his live stream coming up. Alex and friends, so it'd be courteous to him.
Oh, my man Alex. A damn good man.
Well, anything you want to shout out? And anybody's got promos, we'll just go from Bumpy to Ridge and Josh across the board. And everybody shout your stuff out, anything you got going on. Much love to the chat. It's a great time. Learn some different shit, you know. Beer reviews ain't always what it is. There's a lot of politics, so.
Oh yeah. So yeah, without shouting anybody else out, because we do have a lot of people in here that can shout themselves up. I have 50-point inspection videos. I put them out on Wednesdays and Fridays. Those are my beer reviews. Monday night I have a live stream. Starts at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's called New Brew. Just bring a beer that you've never had before to join up on the panel. 3-part show. Starts off with reviewing your new brew. There's a general chit chat kind of like this format. I call it a free for all, and then a little question and answer portion with the panel. So anybody can kind of ask a question that the panel can answer, and there you go. That's it. Cheers. Thanks for having me on, Miss Lance.
No worries. Thanks for
shoot. What? The Porky Pig moment.
Anyways,
I'm gonna be short because you guys are like a well-oiled machine. You guys are real sophisticated with it. I'm a loose cannon. Catch me when you see me. I drop my beer reviews. Rajopolis, get a nose on her. Now that I figured this out, maybe I could join a lot more with you gentlemen, because this has seemed to work. My phone was not working. So I just drop beer reviews whenever the hell I feel like dropping them. To be honest with you, that's all I really do. That's all I got for you. Next up.
All right. Well, Beer and Cheese Tuesday will be an open table. So bring what you will for that at 8 o'clock Eastern. And Wednesday will be I Like Your Style. And that'll be the 20th of July next week at 6 o'clock Eastern. And it will be a Land of the Lost theme. So bring anything that has to do with Land of the Lost in your mind. And just bring it to the table. I don't care what it is. Just as long as you have an explanation for what it's all about. And that's it, man. I mean, really. I mean, the community is great, man. I'll shout out a beer a day with TK. How about that? I like that.
Oh, that's
show.
good.
Of course,
Like,
Richard,
I like.
you're cool too, but yeah, beer a day with TK. Check him out. Thanks, Miscellaneous. This has been a great show.
No problem, man. Thanks for showing up, man. Hold up. Oh, sorry, a bit drunk on style. My bad. I retract that statement. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
All right. So next, let's go Saturday first. So next Saturday, so this Saturday, we're doing Rate That Beer. So it's open panel, live beer community beer reviews. You can do a revisit if you want. Just hop on the panel and do a beer review. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then Wednesday next week, I'll be doing another episode of Will It Mix. Bring any type of adult beverage you want, mix it with whatever, make cocktails. You can do a cuvee of beers. Take 2 different beers, mix them together. And so that's Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And then I alternate the Wednesday show with my brewery reviews. Just recently did the Equilibrium Brewery. Actually, I think that might be our best score. We ended up averaging out a 97 out of 100 for Equilibrium. I like to get more into a lot of the popular ones I've been trying out and everybody else has been trying out. Probably like Other Half, Drecker, 450 North, all those guys. And I just released a couple beer reviews. Now, not just a beer review channel, even though my channel kind of looks like it right now, but I do liquor reviews, malt beverage, seltzers, all that stuff. I got to get back into it because I do have a fan base, and I'm sure kind of wondering what's going on with me and the liquor reviews. And shout out to other people. I'll shout out because he was in the chat. I'll shout out Shitbird Gaming. Go check out his channel. Very diverse channel. Guy does gaming, beer reviews, knife forging, live streams where he's cooking and hanging out, drinking beers, shooting the shit. Go check him out. And also his buddy Paulo. Him and Paulo been doing a show where they call it, is it chuggable, is it sendable? They take different light beers and see if they're crushable and sessionable. So go check those guys out. And thanks for having me tonight, Miscellaneous. Cheers, guys.
No problem, man. Thank you. Well, I don't know about this guy. I heard he was retiring.
All right, yeah. Shout outs for me. Philly Crooker 87 is my Instagram. I do have a channel, but taking a break from it. We'll see how long the channel stays up. So go check out old shit I have on there. Other than that, I don't really have any other shout out. Oh, check out FLX beer reviews with Dan and Mike. Yeah, cool dudes. Yeah, post beer reviews, that kind of stuff. Pop up on panel with us sometimes, and go check them out. But other than that, thanks for having me, Miscellaneous. Cheers to the channel. But yeah, cheers to the channel. Cheers to the panel. Cheers to the chat. And great
Cheers
cheers
to the channel.
Cheers to the channel. Yeah, check out Miscellaneous. You got it.
Cheers, Josh.
Cheers, Josh. All right, so shout outs for me. It'll be another Thursday night beer session. What I'm doing, I have no idea at the moment right now. So stay tuned. Plenty of shows out there. I will get you informed before next Thursday. So other than that, I always say appreciate the panel and the chat. If it wasn't without you guys, we wouldn't be able to make it happen. So cheers, guys, and
cheers.
send you